guys, try not to worry about the mess right behind me because tomorrow I will be going back to Italy, so I have been packing. Yes. Actually, I'm not taking that much with me, so it should be okay. I'm just a messy person. Big news, in January I will be officially promoted to supervisor at Starbucks, so yay! And not only that, a customer left an official review that went to our big bosses or whatever you want to call them, and wrote, one of the member of staff, Liliana, was extremely helpful and sweet. She really wowed me, and she really made my afternoon with her kindness and professionalism. She went beyond her barista expectations. Even though the branch was a bit far from my place, she is a good reason for coming back soon. Yesterday, me and my colleagues from Starbucks had our little Christmas dinner, which we paid for with all the tips we got throughout this year. And this was kind of like a Christmas present to me. My boss walked up to me, he's like, "This is for you, Lily." I'm like, "What is it?" I read it, and then he tells me that this is the first positive review that they've gotten that went straight to the big bosses and stuff. So I was like, oh my god! Yes, very, very happy. I don't know, I'm also just really happy I made someone's afternoon because I remember this customer. When she walked in, she seemed really, like, angry, like she was having a shitty day. So I remember I was like really trying to make it a-okay and super friendly. And I guess, I don't know, it's just nice because like my ultimate goal in life is to make people happy. And then I get this, so it's like, yay! Little things make people's days and you get good results, so I'm happy. Speaking of the Secret Santa that we did with my colleagues, I ended up getting the name of one of the new girls who's working with us, who is hilarious. Chatting with her over the past few weeks, we ended up talking about books because that's one of the things I always try to talk about with people because, you know me, obsession with books! And I knew she liked a really particular kind of genre, which isn't that common. Well, it's not common as a favorite genre, let's put it that way. So I thought, okay, I got her name as Secret Santa, I know this stuff about her, so let's get her a gift appropriate for that. So I went to the bookshop that's in the town right next to us, and I walk in to get one book, but then I saw that they had special offers on certain other books, so I walk in to get one book, and I left with another 3 of them. It's like, Lily, you need to stop buying books! But they're all so good and interesting. And oh my god, how much I have been reading lately. My god, I read 3 books in 2 weeks. I'm just like, my god. Wow, when you've been craving something for so long, you really overdose. So I got The Reader on the 6.27, which should be interesting. Not quite sure what it is about, but it's supposed to be about this guy who has a really boring job, but he tells stories from books he's read on the train. And it should be good, because then he meets another girl and stuff happens. Then we have 5 Rivers Met on a Wooden Plane. People are saying that this book is amazing and all that stuff, and it's about 5 people who learn to get to know each other after, I think, what was it, a car crash? Yep, after a serious car crash, 5 people meet, yada yada yada, 5 lives collide. Technically, it's a really, really good book, it seems interesting, and I love stories of how people's lives just intertwine with each other's at some point. I just find that really interesting, like even day to day. The way people meet other people, or other people just end up on the same tube as other people. I'm just like, wow. Life led to that little specific situation. So I don't know, I just thought that was really cool. Then I also got A Little Life. This is probably one of the thickest books I've gotten so far. And it's even written really teeny tiny. Oh, something flew out of that. Okay. It's pretty much about these few friends that move in together into the big city, and the whole group kind of develop their own lives and how that happens and how, like, what are they doing? Can you hear that? Oh, well, they're restructuring the roof of my flat building, so oh well. But like the one friend who is like everyone's rock is the one who ends up crumbling or something like that. So I thought that was really interesting. It's the kind of story I would like to write, to be honest. Eventually I'll get to reading those. At the moment I am reading, where is it? Everything, which is the story about this girl who has a shitload of allergies to a point where she can't even leave her house. Now, having growing up with someone with a similar problem, I just found this book really interesting to see it through someone else's point of view. So far so good. I'm still like very at the beginning. Other books I've read recently which are really, really good. Let me see. I've read... Now, these are the books that I read in 2 weeks. Well, they're not, you know, they're not as thick as this book, but I'm still kind of proud of myself for managing to read all these in just 2 weeks. I read Eleanor Park, which is a story in the 80s about these two kids who have very, very different lifestyles, but they somehow balance each other out through music and comics. So it's really, really cute. Like, it's a nice laid-back read if you just want to read something cute, slightly emotionally intense, and just, you know, just to relax the mind a bit. I really, really like this one. The characters are adorable. And they're not your, you know, stereotypical main characters. The main characters are an Asian boy for once, and then this chubby redhead girl who's like really tall and thick. And I don't know, I just thought that was kind of interesting to have as main characters because that's not very typical in today's book. So give it a read, and then let's see what else. Whew, I'm out of breath. Sorry, I went jogging this morning, and I hadn't jogged in, like last week I skipped my jogging session, so I was kind of out of it. I didn't run as much as I had ran last time, but I'll get back to it. Then I read, what was it? Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, but you know, this one, you know, it's the original play script basically. So it's very, very quick to read. Literally read this one in like 2 days just because I didn't have too many hours to read it, if not one afternoon, and this one is like gone. Like not even. It was nice. It was a lot gayer than I thought it would be. It's just, there's another video that talks about this, how there's like queer bait. Like they make it like the gayest story ever, but then they don't deliver it at the end. Now, I'm not gonna give you any spoilers, read it for yourself. The connection between the two main characters was like, whoa, holy crap, my god, these two cannot live without each other. And then at the end of it, they just, I don't know. Just read it and tell me about it. Like, and give me your opinion on it, really. Then another book I read was Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. A colleague of mine in Italy, I remember, she told me that this book was utterly amazing and that I had to absolutely read it at some point in my life. So when I moved to England, I found it. I'm like, okay, I'm buying this and eventually I will read it. And I did. It's beautiful. It really, really is well written. I really, really liked it. It's about these two boys, still in the 80s, because, you know, it's just kind of like with Stranger Things, I guess. Like, being able to take away all the technology makes the story more emotionally involved. I don't know, it makes it more interesting and more intense and gives more obstacles with communication. I don't know. The two main characters are your typical outcast people, and they just kind of meet randomly and they're on the same page. And the chemistry between them really, like, personally, it reminded me of the friendship I used to have with someone and how it could have been. And I don't know, like, when I was done reading it, I was kind of like, mine didn't end up like that, but it's okay. It's okay. Like, the book, whoops, lost the bookmark. The book is amazing. Just read this one. It's really, really nice and pleasant to read. And you read it really, really quickly, and there's so many details. I don't know, I just really loved it. And also the main characters have Hispanic origins, so that's another unusual type of main character that you get in mainstream books. So definitely read all those books, people, because all it takes is maybe your train ride to work, or your bus ride to school, or when you're just like getting bored, instead of pulling out your phone, like force yourself to pull out the book. Because honestly, when my parents visited and then Luca visited, I stopped reading for 2 weeks. And within those 2 weeks, I really noticed how much more unfocused I felt. Remember in one of my previous videos, I pointed out all the benefits of reading? Yeah, like seriously, after I had done 2 weeks of like intense reading and then I let it go for another 2 weeks, I just felt so unfocused and just not as connected and just having a hard time concentrating on things, really. It's just, I don't know, like the benefits are real. Like, it's not just BS. So definitely, people, read. It's good for you. So good for you. Let's see, what else is new? I wasn't really intending on just blabbering off about books, but in the end, like, that's what I felt like talking about, I guess. Oh, the donation box! So far, I just keep finding so many coins all over the place to put in my donation box, and so far so good. Only thing is, the other day when I was going to school, I found an American penny. I'm like, I can't use that, shoot! It's like close enough, but still, I've been finding a lot of cash on the ground, putting it aside in the donation box. If you don't know what the donation box is, it is this guy right here. It is basically a box that I am using to put away all the spare change that I find. It started out with a few customers at Starbucks giving me really nice tips. I was just doing my job. I don't feel like spending this money, so I decided to put it aside. And so now anytime I have extra change, or I find coins on the ground, or I get tips, it all goes in here. And whenever I fill it all up, I will be choosing a charity to send the money to. So it'll be useful. It's like a little bit at a time, but a little bit is better than nothing. And by a little bit, it becomes a lot, and you can make it something useful. I'm still trying to decorate it with stickers. If you have any ideas for stickers, please just leave a comment down below telling me, Lily, you should put stickers of, and just put it right there. So that's a thing that I've been working on. And also, this term of acting school came to an end, unfortunately. I'm really gonna miss my classmates if I don't end up with them in the same class next term. I'm really gonna miss them because they were all really amazing to work with, and I wish them all the best. Especially because for our last class, we had this American/Italian dude who had my same issues growing up, but the opposite way around. Like, as an Italian in the States, I was an American in Italy. So, like, we understood. But he made us do this interesting exercise where we would have to write on a piece of paper 5 things we liked about ourselves, 5 things we didn't like about ourselves. But you know what? I think I'm gonna leave that for another video and have you guys do it as well. Don't forget to subscribe, click that little bell thingy that's been going on YouTube to get notifications. I will put a link down below to the video where I talk about the benefits of reading and where I talk about the donation box for the first time. So be sure to check those videos out. So I will see you possibly next week. See ya!